What's good? It's Chigozy. It's Saturday, November 16th, 2019. Back in July, on July 10th, 2019, Vislink Technologies was awarded a 2.8 million U.S. Army contract completely by the numbers. And I love how the U.S. Army absolutely were involved in this, which then, at the least, the United States federal government has their hand in this, and we know at the least that they're the ones who practice this Kabbalah. And obviously it's worldwide, one world order, Freemasonic network. Vislink Technologies awarded 2.8 million U.S. Army contract on July 10th, on 10/7. Military equals 107. On the 10th of July, awarded that contract for what? 2.8 million, a lot like 28. 107 is the 28th prime. Look at the ticker name, VISL. VISL equals 28. When you reverse the alphabetical order, A is 26, Z is 1. So when you apply numerology to each digit, V is 5, I is 18 when you reverse, 1 plus 8 is 9. S is 8, L is 15, 1 plus 5 is 6. You add those up, 28. The day this happened, I was there watching it in the market, and I've been meaning to share this with you since then, but now that there's more interest and people want to see stock market videos, and I've been putting out videos teaching about these scams that these companies participate in, this is such a good example. And I didn't even know that the day after this, they had their secondary offering. Look at the news section. On July 11th, Vislink Technologies announces pricing of $12 million public offering. You see? So they side with the United States federal government military, which I'm sure Vislink is the Freemasons. I'm sure this company is run by the gang. They do the reverse split. So I just put out a video showing you the common scam these companies do. They reverse split. So this is a 1 for 10 reverse split on May 13th, 2019. It's the only time they've reverse split. They're right now their share is worth 27 cents a share, so they're gonna do it again. Because to comply with the NASDAQ rules and stuff, to be listed, you have to be at $1 or above. So once you're under $1, they give you some time, some grace periods to get your stock back up, and you can reverse split. You can put up more prompt press. It's easier to reverse split because to get a stock from 27 cents to $1 just on people wanting to buy. I mean, you kind of need real news at the same time, and you can't always completely put out completely fake news, because people will just see through it sometimes. But anyways, dates May 13th, 2019. They had 1 for 10. And what do they do then? 58 days later, 58 days later on July 10th, Freemason 58, 58 days later on July 10th, what do? Get awarded a 2.8 million U.S. Army contract. Military equals 107. 107 is the 28th prime, 2.8 million. And it sends their share price really high. Right here. You can see it on the chart right here. See? Here's July 10th, 2019. So before then, we're at what? $1.65. It opens at 6.58. So either during pre-market they come out with news, and that's where a lot of the money was made. And really, what it did was it just opened up, spiked in the morning, and the shorts just probably hammered it all down. So it had a weak day anyway, and then they did a secondary offering the second day. They wanted to probably do it this day while it's up, but they just didn't. But for how it sold off, they're like, oh, let's collect our money and run. And you can see they reverse split. So if you go all the way back, you can see it says 42.50. Their stock was never this much. It's just a reverse split. So it just looks like this. But I mean, it's the same scam. Reverse splits, pump on news, and this time it's completely by the numbers, secondary offering. And then they're going to do it again. It's a matter of time. They're going to do another reverse split. They're going to put out fake news shit or whatever news, and then secondary offering. Defraud all the shareholders. And I typed in scam, confidence trick. It's exactly what this is. It's an attempt to defraud a person or group after first gaining their confidence by what? Pumping up the share price, making them think, oh, military contract, this company's finally getting off the ground. A lot of buyers will just buy into that news and hype, using the classical sense of trust. The federal government, oh, it's the U.S. Army. Contract, trust, of course. They gain their confidence, exploit characteristics of human psyche, such as credulity, see? Not naivety, compassion, vanity, irresponsibility, and greed. And, of course, greed is a big driver of the market. Researchers Lindsay Huang and blah, blah, blah. Barack Obama. But anyway, let's not get off track with that. But you see how this is clearly a scam. These people sign a contract with the military. I'm sure that Vislink is the military. They're doing it by numbers. Again, VISL 28. Vislink equals 33. And 93. And 48. Freemason 48. Masonry 33. Freemason 96. Saturn 93. Vislink 33. But VISL 28 on July 10th, 107 to 28th Prime, military 107. They get awarded a $2.8 million U.S. Army contract. Like when I saw that, I was like, wow, that's so by the numbers. It's $2.8 million. And it's from the U.S. Army, just to show you then it is this one world order. Again, where did America come from? It came from England. And then we have the Freemasons, modern Freemasonry founded in 1717 in London, England. Mason equals 17. Paris, France, the big Masonic organization set up way before America. So, of course, it's not just American. But you see how, at the very least, just to keep it easy for people, what these motherfuckers are doing. 2.8 million on 10/7, 107 to 28th Prime. Military equals 107. Armies. I'm going to see what U.S. Army equals. Because that's what they're saying. U.S. Army, 38, like death, killing, murder. And after the reverse split, it was 8 weeks, 3 days. I don't know. I would even contend that this could be coincidental. I mean, very well might not be. But, I don't have much evidence showing how they link reverse splits up with the pump. But it could be something behind it. I mean, again, this VISL, the guy who runs the company could be in the lodge, and this is the ritual he participates in. Because think about it. If you're a Freemason, you run a company, it's listed, and you're going to sign a contract with the U.S. Army, wouldn't you do it ritualistically as part of, they do everything? So VISL 28, $2.8 million contract on 107, the 28th Prime. And then they do a secondary offering the next day. Literally, it goes from $1, like $1.50 to $8 down to like $1.50 again in like a couple of days. I mean, that is just the craziness of the market. But if you can learn how to capitalize on stuff like this, like shorts can get squeezed off this type of thing, but really, you see how it just didn't hold any of its gains at all. It didn't hold anything. It just opened, pumped up, sold off for the rest of the day, and closed. If you're a short seller, I mean, I don't short these that often, so but it's not the most risky short setup. It's with that much weakness, you can short into it. So a lot of shorts make money there. Good for them. So that's really all I wanted to show. I'm sure Daniel Carpini is probably a Freemason. And maybe gonna call these people and ask them, are they aware of this? Are they are they aware they're awarded this on July 10th? Military 107, VISL 28, 2.8 million. Unbelievable. And then, of course, talking about the offer. Okay. Well, I'll see you in the next video. Peace out. Vislink Technologies equals 105 like Masonry, and we still get the 93. And of course 228 like Death. And don't forget, Death equals 228, right? Masonry 105. Vislink equals 93 as well. But what I'm trying to get at is that we get the death numbers with these people that are in this military. Kill 28. These are all killing numbers with the military. Military equals 44, like kill, like execution. And just to show you what they're doing, they announced that they had been awarded a contract worth approximately, again, $2.8 million on 10/7, 107 to 20th Prime by the U.S. Army for the supply of intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance receiver devices. Equipment covered by the contract includes ruggedized, lightweight, handheld receivers designed to display real-time video imagery transmitted by aerial assets or frontline surveillance platforms, as well as related accessories. Just to sum in one paragraph what the military is all about: tyranny in this new world order, one world order, surveillance police state. What the fuck are these motherfuckers doing with this type of shit? Why are these people making this shit for them? What does the U.S. Army need this for? What are they doing with it? Who are they surveilling on? Who are they looking at? Besides, of course, their own people. What enemies do they have? I say it every time. What enemies does the U.S. Army have? Zero. The Middle East, they're their allies. Overseas in Asia, they're their allies. Europe, they're their allies. Every fucking country is the allies of these people. So you see how they're just literally just churning away, making technology for the federal government that's going to be used on the people that are making it. We are honored that Vislink continues to be a trusted partner to our armed forces. Yeah, no shit, because your fucking ticker sums to 28. And this latest contract underscores our ability to meet the most stringent requirements, said John Payne, president and COO of Vislink. You know, as you guys are very well a Freemason, this is their ritual from the lodge. John Payne 135. Interesting. There's more of that 135 too. I was typing these things in, but very interesting. Vislink Technologies Incorporated, global leader of developing bullshit for the federal government. Advanced communication systems solutions. So you see how these people are part of the problem. They're giving the government all the technology that they don't even fucking need. You know, so it's good that people pull the plug. You know, it's good people aren't keeping their money in this company. You know, I like seeing shit like this. That's why I like trading them, and that's why a lot of people short penny stocks a lot, because instead of thinking, oh well, penny stocks suck, they're all shit, they all go to zero. Well, yeah, then you should be short biased on them when you can. But of course, not all the time. Like, you know, you don't want to be long biased, or you don't want to be short biased, like on the first green pump day, just getting squeezed all day long. But these kids, they don't get it. They keep shorting just every single pop, and it just causes these things to get squeezed and get pumped, and that's what happens. All right, peace out. So the reverse split on May 13th was the 135 I was thinking of. 13/5, John Payne, the president, 135. Vislink equals 48. This is the 48 numerology as well. They're doing their reverse split. You know, always things like that haven't well researched. I can contend to be coincidence, but again, you see all these people participating in this ritual by the numbers. You know, also like how Vislink Technologies Incorporated Inc. 110 going for their 1 for 10. You know, doing a 1 for 10 reverse split. Their full title 110, 1 for 10 reverse split. On date with 48 numerology, Vislink 48. On 13/5, their president's name equals 135. You know, if you call Daniel Carpini, he just called all coincidence. Which again, I contend some of it can be, but what's not a coincidence again is the U.S. Army awarding these people a contract of $2.8 million on 10/7 to 28th prime. Military equals 107. There's just no way that's a coincidence. See ya.